And we're back to another episode of Let's Play House Flipper. I'm your host, the RPG Guy, and let's get to it. Now, for these next couple of houses here, I would say for these two specifically, I'm not that interested in doing gardens because we're now going to start getting into houses worthy of gardens, and these two guys are probably not that interesting. I'm not committed to that, but it is a thought. So, Pink Kingdom. There's a lot of pink. Pink is not a color that I like. It like burns my eyes just to look at it. Now, I will say this though, is that we may not have to do much because just from the images of it, it looks like it's kind of done, which is a bonus in a way because it's less crap that we have to do. The only thing is we'd have to. If we don't do much to this, it really just means that there's not much to do. I mean, I don't understand what the problem is. Let's see. There's got to be something wrong. I guess these owners got tired of pink. And instead of, fixing up the house, the bathtub. Instead of just changing out the colors, they decided to leave the house as is. I don't know. See, this is going to be a thing, because there's not much for us to do, that to me, unless we just don't want it pink anymore. And some of you might say, well, then what's the point of this? And I'm exactly, other than changing the colors, yeah, what is the point? We'll have to fiddle with this and see what we can do here. I don't think we can get a small tub in here. Too big. Maybe this guy? Yeah. So let's get it in this tiny tub. Oh, honey, we can't get the tub we want, so we'll just have to buy a new house. Again, just because of the nature of this game, we may not do much of this house and go right to the next one. I mean, we could put a garden here to increase the value, but we'll see. Clean the windows. We couldn't sell the house because it's too goddamn big. And don't get me wrong, it is a nice house. Just this freaking pink everywhere is just the worst. This is the garage. To which I think there's an achievement if I actually bash the car with a hammer. Let's see. It did nothing. I think 18 grand. Houses should not come with a car. Unless that car is for me. Then yes, it should immediately come with all vehicles if necessary. That's weird, there's only one bedroom. Well, no, we've cleaned everything up. I mean, what the hell do they want me to do? I think the entire point of this was to get rid of the pink, but it's like, why bother? Why bother at all? I guess all that's left is to mow the lawn and decide if we're going to do anything out here. Right now, to be fair, if we did something out here, we would get a bit of a bonus. If you guys think about it, if you think like, what kind of bonus would we get? Well, we would get a little bit. Could get like another 90 grand on top of the asking price. So it is something for us to consider. As a means to get a bit more money out of this house. But to be fair, it's like in general, guys, it's just there's not much here that needs to really be done. So I'm again, we're not here to. At least I'm not going to, as far as these houses go. I'm not making a big stink with, like, our goal is to try and sell our houses. If this house is mostly fine, I think all we'll do is put something in the backyard. We're not going to go bonkers with it, but we're just going to raise our sale price. Since everything is installed and fixed, there's not much more we got to really do. That's kind of my stance on this. It's a big yard, so it'd be kind of a waste to not do something back here, even if it's very minimalistic. Made us turn there for a second. Probably the tree phasing in and out on us. Or it's because I'm just coming at a weird angle. Because this is a pretty big yard. Like I said, I'm not going to go too crazy. We're not going to go too nuts. You know, either pool, probably a pool, some of the outdoor amenities, you know, gazebo or chair, something standard. Might even put a gazebo because the yard's big enough. But like something much more legit in as far as size goes. Alright. But I'll tell you this, if you guys are really into the customizing of a house in this game, I would say that this is probably one of the best houses outright. Early on, because really there's not much to renegotiate with the layout of the house. I mean, the one thing I would do, I guess, and that's a big I guess, might be that hallway closet upstairs and turn it into a second bathroom. If I were to do something major, that would be the only thing I could think of worth doing. But beyond that, I could care less. going to do it. Alright. This is kind of in the way. I think the tree's kind of glitched. Let's get rid of this dinky little thing too. Let's get a big pool. Let's fill her up. And we'll do that. There we go. And I'm not looking to do anything too crazy, so just keep that in mind. We just want to kind of get this done, and then we can move right on to the next big event. We'll do a gazebo instead of a regular overhang. I haven't put one of these in a while. There we go. Get this guy in. that in. There we go. Okay. Put in our cactars. Agave. There we go. And this is really, I think, all the effort we're going to put into this house, because I'm a big asshole. But I think it's fine. You know, it's not going to get us much. But let's submit garden for contest. American. It's not bad. 15% bonus. And we'll put it on auction. We're not going to get a lot of money for this, if anything, so I wouldn't be surprised. And we sell it to the old couple for very little. We got most of our money from the garden, and I have a feeling this would be a hole. Like, this would be a financial hole, because I've noticed that we haven't gotten much money for I've noticed we've not gotten a lot of money for redoing houses and stuff entirely from the ground up. So for me, that's a big thing to point out, is that I have a feeling this home becomes kind of a hole. Because you repaint the whole house, you get very little for repainting the whole house. So why do anything? And we'd have to replace all of the crap that's in the house, because it's still freaking pink. So I don't see the point in doing much extra work. Now, again, I'm going to reiterate, if you are big into customizing homes, this is a really cool house to work on. But I think for us, our interest is to, in a sense, get these houses done and get ourselves through to end game, especially to get us to the bigger houses. And if we want to play around, I would, like, in that regard, I would do it with those houses. So we're going to just jump right into the next house here. which is Uncle's Bunker, 150 grand. This looks like it's got some work for us to do. So let's take a look. And it looks like the exterior needs to be painted either white or something. So, okay, another big yarded house. Though we got to ask ourselves, is there anything worth doing? Let's take a look. Well, we could and we couldn't because this thing's in the goddamn way. So, I don't know. We might skip the garden on this one. Hey, little buddy. I think we'll skip the garden on this guy just because there's a gosh darn thing in the yard. Unless we have some extra time, then we'll make that effort. But for now, we'll leave the garden alone. We do have to clean the outside of the house, that's for sure. We gotta repaint the house as well, so we may as well mow the lawn, I guess. At least before we go inside. It almost seems like something was here when they designed the level and then took it out at the last minute, doesn't it? Alright. Let's get to mowing. Because we'll at least try to knock this house out. I don't know if we'll knock it out in one go because of how freaking messed up this house is. But we'll do what we can. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to add stuff to this. We might just do the same kind of weak tier job we did at the other house. Just because. It just ain't worth it. Unless I want to put like a Japanese garden in. I don't know. It just depends. And there's a lot of pre-installed bushes, so it'd be interesting to see if we get any benefits from those pre-installed bushes. So mowing, mowing, mowing. Alright. Step out some. So we can't go through the bunker. And we know that painting and doing any extra work like that with the bunker is a waste of our time. So we also know that that's a thing too. So really when it comes to cleaning the bunker, or when it comes to doing what needs to be done to the bunker, we know we don't have to do like paint jobs or anything like that. And we don't have to do any much with installations either, because they didn't care we were putting heaters and air conditioners down there. So, I mean, if we're not going to get any cred for that, then we're not going to do it, right? So it's very the bunkers I think are pretty minimalistic as far as comfort amenities. They're bigger on, of course, and makes sense, but I didn't think it'd be so blunt. They are bigger on the survival stuff. So that's what we got to make sure we put a good amount of in there. Reach! You know what? Die. It's fine. We're going to something over here. I think we're good there. Alright, now we're ready to start looking in the house here. Or rather, yeah, let's paint the house actually. Probably gonna need some scaffolding too, so we'll worry about that when we get there. There's a big old couple of them actually. One for each side of the house probably. There's a lot of wall here. A lot more wall than we're used to, though it is a lot of wall unfolded, and I always have a use for white paint, so. Barely painted anything and it ran out. It's running out quick. The door actually looks pretty good. Leave it as is. Ooh. I think my game locked up, guys. Oh no. Oh boy. Really? Well, that happens very rarely, but it is going to put a damper on this episode. Really, game? Alright, so since the game decided to lock up, which is the first time it's done it in quite a long time, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackDartStudios, for more live gaming action. And when we come back, we'll have this house completely done for what it's worth. So I know it's a shorter episode because of shenanigans like this, but we'll get it sorted out and then we'll be back. I'll get us back to this point because I'm sure I'm going to have to, like, mow the lawn again or something. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next time.